To be able to say that you're gonna do something, leave it out there for the public to criticize, and then to actually go and do it, it's seriously the best feeling in the world. Great things can happen if you just don't quit. You're not gonna quit no matter what, unless death is imminent. You make it to the top of the world, then it's taken away from you just as quickly as you got it. I think we have God-given abilities, and I wanna use it for good. That's just what life's all about.
Welcome to Fast Ones, the show where we ask 10 questions in 10 minutes and ramp from 1 mile an hour to 10 miles an hour. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome to the show our guest, Truett Hanes, the Guinness World Record holder for the most pull-ups ever in 24 hours. He's also a 2:42 marathoner in jeans. Welcome to the show, Truett. It's great to have you.
Thanks for having me, man.
First off, we have to talk about this world record before anything else. You did 10,001. You got 5 digits of pull-ups in 24 hours. Do you have a prediction on how soon someone's gonna break this record? How long is this record gonna stand?
You know what? I'm not really built for pull-ups and setting the world record. I'm like 170 pounds, and that's really trying to get down there. So I could see like a 130-pound kid doing 12,000, 13,000, and I would say in a year. I'll give myself a year.
All right, I know someone who weighs about 135 pounds.
Oh, am I looking at him right now?
So yeah, I got to be there for the moment that you broke the previous record, which was 9,000 something. I was there when you did your last pull-up at 10,001. But take us there from your first person point of view. What was it like? What was going through your head?
I finally said what I was gonna do. I wanted to be the first person to hit 5 digits, the 5-digit mark, and break the world record for pull-ups. And that's exactly what I did. To be able to say that you're gonna do something, leave it out there for the public to criticize, and then to actually go and do it, it's seriously the best feeling in the world. And so I just think like people need to stick to what they say, and I'm proof of that, and it feels dang good to be able to do it.
It was really interesting being there because there was a feeling in the room that we were all just gonna watch you and you were gonna do it. Like no one had any doubts. We were literally there to see you break the world record, which is just crazy. Like very few people have that level of ironclad. Like you watch Michael Jordan, it's like, yeah, the guy's just gonna win the ring. It was cool to witness. What would you say is the best thing about doing pull-ups for 24 hours, and what would you say is the worst thing?
The best thing about doing pull-ups for 24 hours is the day is finally here. It's been years. I started doing this in 2020. That's 5 years of preparation. To finally have the day here, all the preparation, and to feel like you're gonna be confident in your abilities, and then it's finally here, there's no more waiting around, and then to go and perform, that's the best thing about it. It's like, you're gonna get it done, and you know that this is the end of the road.
And worst thing?
Well, the worst thing would be the pain. Yeah, my hands were ripping, they were falling off, and my whole body just wanted to quit, but as long as you tell yourself you're not gonna quit no matter what, unless death is imminent, you're gonna be just fine. So, yeah, I mean, the pain, obviously the worst part.
Your dad, Cam Hanes, a lot of people know, he was on the show. How would you describe your like competitive dynamic, or just your dynamic in general that you have with your dad?
It's very healthy, obviously. We are each other's biggest supporters, and I couldn't imagine doing these challenges without him. He showed up a few hours late to the pull-up challenge because he had to sleep in, he had an early flight. And I was still like, I'm still a kid at heart in a sense, because I was like, where's my dad at? I kind of need his advice, and I just want to bounce some ideas off of him. So, you know, he's just a huge role model, one of my best friend really. So yeah, it's just great having him in my corner, and then we just love to compete with one another.
Who did you look up to growing up? And like besides your dad, who would you say you looked up to growing up?
Has to be my big brother. We competed against each other from day one, and I've always looked up to him. I've always wanted his opinion on things, his support, and we've been through everything together. So my big brother Tanner, love that guy.
And he was there as well for the full 24 hours.
Yeah, he's been there for the last 3 attempts. So yeah, he's my day one. Couldn't imagine doing it without him.
What advice would you tell to your younger self?
Just don't quit. Great things can happen if you just don't quit. And you know, we get down on ourselves, we doubt our abilities, but if you just stick to the plan for me, it's been 20 years in the making, just trying to make myself better. You're gonna get better because of it, and you're gonna accomplish your goals as long as you just don't quit.
You post a lot of your workout routines online. You're very open about it. It's really cool to see. But what would you say is one thing that people don't see that you haven't really been able to put out there online that's an important part of your training?
You know, it's kind of common to say 80% easy, 20% hard. for like getting faster for marathons. For me, it's almost every single run is uncomfortable. I've never really gone on an easy run before. I take it to where if I'm on a run, I want to make myself better. And walking or doing like a 10-minute mile, I don't feel like I'm getting any better. So always pushing with one goal in mind, get faster, get stronger. That's what I do every single day.
Have you adopted any maybe unconventional workouts or workouts that people would consider bizarre?
Yeah, I mean, I've trained abs every single day for the last 14 years. It's, when I was 16, my obsession was I wanted a six-pack. So I turn on a movie and do abs for 2 hours every single day. And I still do that. Still do abs every single day because, well, they look cool and a strong core helps with everything. Makes you more athletic, more of an athlete. So abs, baby.
I say that all the time. I think that pound for pound, besides running, the best thing that you could do to be a better runner is core.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think that holds true for a lot of tennis, for mixed martial arts, for just about anything. A better core, certainly not gonna hurt.
Well, there you have it.
Let's pump this. And then, here we go. See if we can cheers this.
Can you reach it all the way across? Yeah.
You've been taking Ketone-IQ a couple times a day for the last little while. What would you say is some of the biggest benefits you felt?
Every single day when I wake up before my workouts, and then right when I get back, the energy boost and the strength. I've gone on record and said this before, the New York City Marathon, and now this Austin Marathon, I felt like I could keep pushing the entire time. Normally you die off at around mile 20. For me, I was picking up the pace even at mile 20. I have to think it's ketone. Makes me feel freaking strong and just focused on the task at hand. My mind doesn't wander and it's an amazing product. I can't recommend it enough.
I'm glad to hear that it's working so well for you. Okay, so this picture here, tell us about the Australia pull-up record scandal. What went down?
I failed the record in April 2023, set my mind and heart to breaking the record 6 months later, October 2023. Was gonna quit, came back from the dark depths with everyone there in the room, got 8,100, broke the record by 92 reps, only to find out that across the world, it had been beaten a few hours later by an Australian by 500 reps. So you make it to the top of the world, then it's taken away from you just as quickly as you got it. It was hard to cope with it because I'm a competitor, but that's what happened. I only held the record for a few hours, so.
Good thing that this time you buried the hatchet. You cleared the previous record by like 1,000, so it's gonna be a little while.
Yeah, that's the goal. I wanted to crush it.
You're not shy about sharing your religious beliefs. Where does your faith come from and how has it shaped your outlook in life?
Came from my mom. She is the most devout believer I've ever met, and I'm thankful to have her as a mom. She's seriously the most amazing woman I could have ever asked for a mom. And it shapes my life to where I think we have God-given abilities and I want to use it for good. It's pretty easy to make everything about you, but if I can do these pull-ups in 24 hours, if I can run these marathons, I want to be able to use that to help the world, not just myself. I think that's just what life's all about.
Definitely comes across you're powered by something bigger than just like getting clout on Instagram or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah, that's not what life's about.
You just PR'd at the Austin Marathon in jeans and we're running at about the same pace right now that you hit that PR in. How much faster do you think you would be in shorts?
Faster or slower is the question. It's really hard to know because the mental edge that I get from wearing jeans, and also, check this out. You can have your phone in your back pocket, not on your front. So that makes a big difference for me. And being able to pass people while in jeans and they're in their race singlets, it's just fun for me. So it's hard to say, but I would say within the minute.
Let's do a few rapid fire questions here. What's at the top of your playlist right now?
One Last Breath by Creed.
What travel destination is in your bucket list?
Ooh, Berlin.
What's your go-to emoji?
It's a kissy face emoji for my wife.
Say that you can only do one for the rest of your life, pull-ups or marathon running, what would you pick?
Marathon running because the pull-ups is a done deal, baby.
What's your dream podcast appearance?
Keep Hammering Collective, Cameron Hanes.
And if you had a billboard, what message would you put on it?
Don't give up. That's all it takes. Just don't give up and you'll get to where you want to go.
I noticed after you did your 10,000 in first pull-up, you turned to the crowd that was there and you said, what, was that supposed to be hard?
That's supposed to be hard.
What's the story behind, why do you say that all the time?
My dad and I say that to one another when it's a clearly objective, hard physical task, but it's a little bit of a mental edge. Even after accomplishing that, you can say,
That's supposed to be hard.
is that supposed to be hard? Was that supposed to be hard? Was that supposed to be hard? Is that supposed to be hard? Crack a smile, because it means you got more in the tank.
Okay, Truett, you have a Guinness World Record. You've done 3 marathons, you've done an ultra marathon. What's next? What's your next mountain?
Leadville 100 is a big one. I want to break 24 hours there. I haven't done a 100-mile race since 2021, so I want to dominate sub 24 hours and also a sub 2:30 marathon. I think we're both going for that goal. So if I could get that within the year, I'd be a happy man.
Is there anything else that you want to shout out?
You can find me just Truett on Instagram, not just do it, but just Truett. And that's where the username comes from. A lot of confusion there. And the Miracle Foundation, they got me into the Austin Marathon. They help kids find loving homes. And so huge shout out to them. Love working with them. Great company, great people. And I want to shout out my sister. She's the funniest, the coolest person, just always has a good, positive attitude whenever I talk to her. And we talk about Whiplash, the movie, almost every single time that we talk because we're both inspired by it. But yeah, I love you, Taryn.
All right, that's a wrap. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to the Forj Boxing Gym here in LA for hosting us. This is another great episode of Fast Ones. Leave a comment below. Let us know if you have any questions for Truett, any ideas for other guests. We love hearing what you have to say. See you out there.